Hunes brings the sound, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this section, I'm gonna speak up about another argument with motion. The teacher should not interact with the student via social networking devices. So here, hey guys, I'm up here. I'm him from the future. I'm here just saying that I'm agree with the motion. So I agree with the motion. Teachers should not interact with the student via social networking devices. And that's it. Carry on. In this era, communication is very simple to do. And it's very easy to do now. Because we only use our finger. Just using our finger, we can connect it to our friends, to our people, to your friends, to my friends, to whatever friends that. And using social networking devices, it's like are we known as social media like WhatsApp, Instagram, Line, Telegram, etc. In our smartphone, we can access to our friend. We can send them message, text message, voice note, and even video call and calling them, of course. And for example, when you are in the urgent condition, you can immediately pick up your phone from your pocket or from your bag or whenever you put your phone, unless you forget where you put it. You pick your phone and you just doing tap 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 and open your social media. It's like WhatsApp, like for example, tap, and I can call you for just tapping it. Yeah, I call it, and my friend will answer it, hopefully. But what I'm gonna talk here is to relate with the motion. So in education school, from the elementary school until senior high school, it's actually unnecessary using social networking devices by a teacher to interact with the student in case of the lesson needs. What lesson is the material, explanation, assignment given, and the feedback from the students. Because underlying that, the teacher has to be a facilitator for the vision to develop the knowledge comprehension of the student and the communication competence, also for the responsibility for the student, either for the teacher itself. Teacher should be able to accomplish every interaction with the student in the school, especially in the class, when the teaching learning process. And the teacher should have mentioned and explained every lesson needs he should, and always openly if there are a student who wanna ask a question or giving a feedback. So I emphasize here the responsibility of the teacher is to give the lesson clearly so that the student easily understand, and know if they are not understand yet, they may have to they may ask question. So yeah, the teacher should accomplish all the lesson clearly instead of using the social networking devices, which is it may make the student underestimate the lesson given by the teacher. Also, for the student, it is not a test asking a question to the teacher via social networking device, via social media in their smartphone. It's likely more likely they are not paying attention while in the class, which is the teacher have already giving a lesson clearly, but the student not paying attention. That's the responsibility of the student itself, as it's not ethics to ask the teacher for the question. So you better ask your mate, your classmate, what the assignment or the material is. And it's better you make a group work or tutor group. It's also can improve your communications competence and cooperation skills. By the end of my reason here, I'm gonna conclude that by understanding what teacher give as a material explanation and assignment given, and for feedback and a question during in the class, the student can improve their knowledge comprehension and communication competence. Also, it can increase their responsibility to manage their duty as a student, as what teacher should do as a facilitator. Instead of using social networking devices to interact with the student, which is make the student underestimate the lesson given by the teacher when in class. As my example for this argument, I'm gonna explain it in a brief. So, all the teacher job here is to accomplish all his job in the class, in the school, especially the class. And when the teacher explain the material, it's like math, in sum and reduction. This, for example, 2 plus 2 is 4. And 4 minus 1 equals 3. What I want to say here that teacher should give the explanation of the material clearly. The example of, giving the calculation method should be clearly so that the student can be understand what the material and the instruction to do the calculation, I guess. In every moment in the class, the teacher should widely open when the student wanna ask a question. So when a student wanna ask a question, the teacher, whenever it's the condition, the teacher should tolerantly accept the question, so that the lesson needs going well. And teacher should give an assignment clearly and completely, not giving a code. Like when the teacher referring to a book, it should completely refer what book is it, where's the page and the instruction given by the teacher. So that's why I'm agree with the motion. Teacher should not interact with the student via social networking devices, because students can improve their knowledge comprehension and communication competence, and to increase their responsibility for the student, either for the teacher. That's all my argument. Thank you for your attention, guys. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.